Hello, I'm Aisha, and this is Vitamin Om Yoga. Welcome to this evening class. It's going to be just mostly sweet somatic movements and some short restorative moments. Let's just get started laying down. For today's class, you're going to need a strap and a bolster. And we'll use that bolster right away underneath the knees for a shavasana. So as always, get comfortable. Wiggle around until you find ease. And then allow your body to melt. Allow your body to almost drip downwards into rest. And it's often nice at the end of the day to just give your day some reflection. So without judgment, just move through some parts of your day. There's this element of being yogic that is sort of accountant-like, where we notice and observe and reflect without really attaching positives or negatives, but really just noticing without emotion. See if you can do just that for a few more moments. Good. Now just become aware of your breath. We're not going to use our breath a ton today, but making it a little bit more on the longer, deeper, wider side, but still keep it pretty effortless. Nice. Now go ahead and just sort of shimmy upwards. You're going to take your feet onto the bolster, and you can sort of just inchworm a little bit up until you're comfortable in your hips and knees. Then find a figure four here. So this is a really nice way to do a figure four very easily. We can start with the left heel on top of the right knee. And I'm not even going to ask you to pull your leg towards you. If you want to take your left hand to your left knee, you can. Good. Take about 5 more deep breaths here. No rush. Switch sides. Left leg down, right leg up. Maybe you press away on that knee. Just about another breath or two here. Good. And then no rush. You're going to move that bolster underneath your tailbone, and you can certainly do it any way you like, but you can sort of use your heels to scooch it closer to you, lift your booty up, and take the bolster underneath your tailbone. Good. Stay here with your knees to the sky for several breaths. You're welcome to just stay with your feet on the ground, especially if you're really enjoying yourself and the calm that this is bringing to you. If you want, you can also walk your feet all the way long or longer to get a little bit more of that sensation through your upward facing banana, stretching the front of your hips and pelvis. Beautiful. And then take your legs to the sky. If you need to readjust that bolster at all, please do. Just find a place where the legs can be relatively easy. And when I teach this in real life classes, there's always a few people that have the opportunity to pop onto the wall and take it. So if you want a wall, you've got some time here. Go ahead, do your thing. We're still here with our legs above our head, and the next position is totally mandatory. If you have a plow pose in your practice and you want to take your hips to the sky and your feet behind you, you are certainly allowed. So stay mindful, stay breathing, and if and only if you want to take a plow pose, do so. Let's all come off the bolster. So if you're in a plow pose, nice and easy, come on down, and we'll all just meet with our tail onto the ground. It's time for our strap. Reach for your strap, and then start with setting your bolster so that it's the long way on your right hand side. And you may have to adjust it a little bit later, but you can start with the bolster being somewhere around the hip area. And then take your strap nice and long and wrap it around your left foot. Left foot comes into the sky, and we're just coming into a Supta Parangustasana here. So mostly a hamstring stretch, but you can really play around with this if you want. If you need some of that somatic engagement, maybe you start pointing and flexing your left foot. And I didn't cue the right leg. It can still be bent, or you can lengthen it on the floor if you'd like. Your choice. Maybe you start taking some circles with the ankle, or if there's any other movement, like a bend in the knee or anything else, go ahead, just play around. If you were circling, maybe change direction. And then take both the edges or both the straps into your left hand and take your left foot out to the side. So your bolsters are already on the right hand side here, on the opposite side. So if you want a little support for the opening, you can always prop your elbow down in your upper arm and sort of lift your hand a little bit so that your arm sort of becomes a bracket. Again, that right leg can be bent or straight, your choice. If it is bent, it's a really nice place to tilt the knee out to the side so that each leg is pointing to each side, but your right leg is bent. Don't overthink it. We're in external rotation, at least with the left leg. And just for about 3 or 4 more breaths. No rush, coming back through center. Here I do recommend you straightening your right leg, and then we're taking your hips a little bit to the left. We're twisting and landing on our bolster with our left leg. Once you land, it's your choice if you still want to hold on to your strap. Just be comfortable. This is a place that people really love. And if you want to stay, you can press pause. You don't have to worry about being exact on both sides. It's all good. But if you might be ready with me, let's take about one or two more big breaths ish, all the way in and all the way out. Good. And come back through center, release that strap, just set it aside for now. And before we just move to the other side, take both your legs, knees in, hands on the kneecaps, and just move. There's no rules. You can circle, same side, opposite side. You can zigzag. Just sort of give yourself a little A, tailbone massage, and 2, just somatic hip movements. I'm sure you're strong enough to lift that bolster with one hand, but just because it is an evening class, I want you to sort of roll over and grab it with both your hands and move it to the other side. And then take that strap around the ball of your right foot and stretch. Maybe point and flex. If there's any other movements like a circle of the ankle or really anything else that you want to happen here or your body's like telling you, then let it move and breathe and relax. And then take the ends of the strap both into that right hand. Maybe your left leg is long, maybe it's bent, and if it's bent, you can take it out to the side as you take that right leg out to the side. Option to support yourself, building a little bracket with your arm. No rush. Coming back through center and finding your twist, landing on your bolster. Adjustments. All the adjustments are allowed. Just get cozy. Absolutely no rush. Take an extra breath or two if you want to. And when you feel nice and even, you are going to come back through center, bend your knees into the chest, cup your knees, and move. Our final position today will be Supta Konasana. And I'm going to cue it without the bolster. If you're bummed you didn't bring blocks, know that you can always take your hands underneath your tush for a little extra support. If you prefer Shavasana or anything else, go for it. We're just going to seal our practice here, allowing for yourself to just once again notice. Simultaneously bring the knees together, feet apart, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And just for a moment, again, reflect on your day and reflect on your practice. If you'd like to spend a couple of moments in the future and scheme some plans of greatness, that's fine too. But if you can be in the moment, right here, right now, feeling your breath and your heart, even better. Beautiful. If you'd like to come up into a seat with me, you can. You can also stay right where you are. Thank you so much for showing up and ultimately not just making the world a better place for yourself, but really for everybody. Om Shanti with all the blessings. Namaste.